or if you're just joining us, and you're here, welcome to 40 Days to a Better You. This week's theme is optimism and hope. And the text that I want to look at is taken from the book of Genesis, chapter 18. We encounter here the story of Abraham arguing with God about the destruction of the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. God had let Abraham know that he plans to destroy these evil cities, and Abraham, being the optimistic, hopeful man that he is, raises his hand and says, God, would you really destroy the innocent along with the guilty? What if there are 50 innocent people in the city? Would you destroy them along with all the guilty? And God says, if there were 50, I wouldn't destroy them, implying that there's not even 50 in the city. So Abraham could have just left it there, but he's optimistic, he's hopeful, and says, what about 45? All right, not even 45. What about 40? Not even 40 people in the city. So you would think that, okay, we went back and forth 3 times, enough. Not for Abraham. Abraham is even more optimistic and hopeful than that, right? And he begins to recognize that he might be a little annoying now to God. But he says, well, okay, let not my Lord be angry if I go on, but what if 30 should be found there? And God answers, I wouldn't even destroy it if there are 30, but there's not. And Abraham says, I venture again to speak, my Lord. What if 20 should be found there? Right? So now, Abraham feels like he's going twice over the limit of amount of times you can ask God before God gets annoyed. But Abraham thinks this is important, and he's optimistic, and he's hopeful. So what if there's 20? And God says it's not even 20. And then that's not the end of it, right? There's one more try here that Abraham says, let not my Lord be angry if I speak but this last time. What if 10 should be found there? And God answers, I would not destroy it for the sake of 10, again implying that there's not even 10 people in the city, which is a little depressing. But from Abraham's perspective, as a role model for us, it's quite amazing, his optimism and his hope, that even when the world has gone astray, that even when there's huge corruption in these next door towns over, right, Abraham maintains this optimism and this hope. And even when God has made up God's mind to destroy these cities, right, the fact that Abraham can still hope, can still dream, can still be optimistic that there might even be an opportunity to change God's mind or to change the course of what might happen, I think is something that is inspirational for us. And as we head into the high holidays, there might be many things that we despair on. There may be many things that we have given up hope on, thinking that it's impossible or it will never happen or the state of the world is just too far gone. But I think that what this story reminds me is that even if the end verdict might be something that we might not have wanted, I still think that it's important for us to have that optimism, to have that hope, to embody this characteristic of Abraham and be able to maintain that mindset, because that is ultimately what we believe, what we stand for, and is something that we should argue, and is something that we should risk even annoying God, standing up for our values and what we believe. There are 22 days left in the month of Elul, 31 days till Yom Kippur, 31 days till a better you. Let's make every day count.